Last week in Maryville, it was early in the third quarter, and the Spoof Hounds had just tied the game at 14 on an uncharacteristic mistake by the Falcons, an errant punt snap in the end zone for a safety. Now, with the ball near midfield, the Spoof Hounds had the ball and all the momentum until...
Pass there it is. Dredge over his head. And that's after. And scooped up. And again, it's Luebbering. Carson Luebbering now with a fumble recovery to go with his interception.
6 plays later, the Falcons reclaimed the lead, keeping it in the hands of number 17.
3rd down and 2 now for the Falcons. Bax looking to his left, keeps it up the middle. He's going to go for the end zone. Touchdown, Falcon! Bax was in the end zone, and the Falcons take the lead back at the 8:42 mark of the third quarter. And that's Blair Oaks 20 and Maryville 14.
And from there, the Falcons turned it on, and fittingly, a defender capped the evening for the Falcons.
So on 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 10, Dredge back to pass, sets, throws, far side, intercepted, and going back with it, that is Shay Linhardt, I believe. Yes, it is. It is going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. Number 29, Shay Linhardt with the interception and the takeback for the touchdown.
With the extra point, it was 42-14, and that's the way it would end. For the 10th straight time, the Falcons had beaten the Spoof Hounds, and it was a happy but long bus trip home from Northwest Missouri. But that was last week. Now the bar gets set even higher. The Crusaders have come to town. The Class 4 state champions from Lutheran North open their season tonight at the Falcon Athletic Complex. Lutheran North has a new coach, but all the same offensive stars back from a team that trampled the Falcons 58-28 last season. The Crusaders bring a mix of power and speed not often seen in high school football. Can the Falcons slow down the LN train and pick up win number 2 on the season? This is Dick Aldrich along with Ed Kniest, and we're live at the Falcon Athletic Complex in Wardsville. We'll start answering that question and more coming up next on MidMoSportsOnline.com. Thank everybody for tuning in wherever they are in mid-Missouri, in the state of Missouri, in the United States, around the world on the internet for MidMoSportsOnline.com. I'm talking to Rod Smith before the ball game. This is my 24th season calling play-by-play for the Blair Oaks Falcons. Ed joined me a season later, so we have 23 seasons together, and this will be my 48th season calling high school football across all platforms. And our starting lineups, if we have a little bit of time here before the national anthem kicks in, and we will tell you about the Blair Oaks starting lineups. And this is the way they will go. On the offensive line, the center is Caden Schulte. He's a senior at 6'1", 235 pounds. The left guard is Bo Brown, a senior at 6'1", 230 pounds. The right guard is Matt Stockman, senior, 6 foot, 215 pounds. The right tackle, Andrew Ahold, a senior, 6'4", 265 pounds. And the left tackle is Braden Schaefer. He is a junior at 6'1", 195 pounds. The tight end, and we discovered he is a good one, Cooper Peters, a junior at 6'6", 195 pounds. The slot back, Brady Dapkus, a senior at 6'1", 195 pounds. The running back, Hayden Lackman, a senior, 6'1", 215 pounds. And of course the quarterback, Tyler Bax, a senior, 6'2", 180 pounds. For the Blair Oaks Falcons on defense, this is the way they will line up. The All-Stater Carson Luebbering, one of the defensive tackles. He's a senior at 6'1", 265 pounds. Gage Leffert is the other defensive tackle. He's a senior at 6 foot and 200 pounds. The defensive ends, James Rademan, a junior at 6'2", 190 pounds. And Zane West, a junior at 5'10", 225 pounds. The linebackers on the outside, Carson Verslues is a junior at 5'10", 170 pounds. And Wyatt Libbert is a junior at 6'4", 200 pounds. The middle linebacker is Jace Chouinard. He's a senior at 5'10", 165 pounds. The corners are Sam Closser, a senior at 5'7", 145 pounds. The other corner is Shay Linhardt, the All-Stater, a senior, 5'10", 175 pounds. The defensive backs, Warren Davis. He is a safety senior at 5'11", 190 pounds. And the other safety will be Austin Mildress, a senior at 5'9", 155 pounds. The Blair Oaks Band with our national anthem here before the first home game of the year for the Blair Oaks Falcons as they get ready to take on the Lutheran North Crusaders. Ed?
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is also a kind of a special night for the Falcons, as this is kicking off their 20th year in the Falcon Athletic Complex, which they opened at the start of the 2006 football season. And the Falcons, over those 20 years, have a record of 121 wins and 13 losses, and we were here for I think probably every one of them since 2006. There weren't too many that we missed.
That's for sure. And the teams are coming off the field. They're getting ready for the opening kickoff as the Falcons get ready to take on the Lutheran North Crusaders. It's the Class 3 number 1 ranked team, the Class 2 number 1 ranked team, the Class 3 defending champions taking on the Class 4 defending champions, and the Class 4 number 1 ranked team coming into this weekend. Ed, let's set us up with who won the toss and get us ready for kickoff here.
Well, the Falcons won the toss, and as they usually do when they win the toss, they deferred to the second half. So they will be kicking off to the Crusaders, and the Falcons have elected to defend the goal to our right. So they will be going in the first quarter. They'll be going right to left across your internet dial. Teams getting final instructions from the head coaches. The kicker for the Falcons is Vander Halford. He approaches the ball. Here's the kick, and with the call, it's the voice of the Falcons, Dick Aldrich.
And this kickoff brought to you by Chemna Collision Repair. And here comes Mike Clark with it right off the bat, and he's pulled down at the 30-yard line. Mike likes to talk, and he was saying that he didn't expect many teams to kick off to him this year. Well, the Blair Oaks Falcons drill the ball right down the field. Clark brings it back out to the 30. There was a fumble at the end of the play, but they say the ball was down, and Lutheran North will have it first down and 10. Tez Stevenson, he is the leading ground gainer returning from last year, nearly 1,400 yards out of the running back position. That's Clark in motion across the formation to the left side as Moore looks to his right and throws, has a man underneath, and an early tackle made there on the play by the Falcons. Carson Verslues, as the pass was complete for about 4 yards to Kamel Salone. One thing, you got to keep Lutheran North in front of you if you play on defense.
Right, they are so quick, and that's what happened to the Falcons last year. Is a couple of times the Crusader ball carrier just got past them, and they were gone. They can also break some tackles.
Stevenson over left guard and tackle as he was breaking tackles. Brings it out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Chouinard, among others, there on the stop for the Falcons. A gain of about 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down and 2 now. Stevenson lined up behind him out of the shotgun. 3 receivers wide right. Now they move a man in motion. Clark is going to double back and run to the left side as Moore is going to keep it on the option. He is piled up. He's going to be short of the first down. The Falcons turn him back as he got to the 39-yard line. That was not very well pulled off as an option play as Clark ran way away from Moore. And Moore basically had to eat it. And it was the Falcons knocking him down. Warren Davis leading the tacklers there. It looks like they're going for it,
I was going to say it's fourth and 1, so we expect Lutheran North to do this.
And they missed the running back. Moore keeps it.
I don't think he got
the first down. He did not. Oh, they're going to give him the 40-yard line. And if he just noses the ball to the 40, he's got the first down. And he got the first down as Luebbering wrestled him back. But they put the ball right at the 40-yard line. It's from the 40-yard line. They hand to Stevenson over left tackle, and he's in the clear and look out. 50, 45, dances to the outside to the 40. The Falcons catch him, but deep inside Falcon territory at the 34-yard line.
And that is why the Crusaders are so dangerous.
So Stevenson gives them the first down at the Falcon 34-yard line, a 26-yard gain on the play. Moore back to pass on first down, arching the ball deep down the middle. The ball's going to be intercepted. And in the end zone, this should be a touchback. Yes, it is. And pulling it in was Warren Davis. Warren Davis got inside the receiver and intercepted the ball near the goal line. And the Falcons
will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The pass.
Looking to the sidelines, wigwagging some signals back and forth. Lackman steps into the backfield, and on 1st down, there goes Hayden up the middle, runs over a man, and comes out to the 25-yard line. That's a nice hard run by Hayden Lackman. We did not see that very much last week at Maryville.
Not sure exactly when to turn it up, but that's what we like to see from Hayden, is just a good hard run.
They move Lackman into the backfield, and on 3rd down, there goes Hayden. He's got the 1st down and more. Pushing forward, and they get it across the 30, out to the 34-yard line. Leading the way, big number 74, Braden Schaefer, the 195-pound senior, leading.
Holds the form, the blocking to form, and he just followed it right in there.
Bax on 1st down, keeps it up the middle after a play fake, and dives across the 40 and down at the 41-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards, and they'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Now, as Dick mentioned in the pregame, last year the Falcons, we're getting a timeout, officials timeout.
And a timeout on the field.
No, that's a Lutheran North timeout. But as I was going to say, the Falcons put up 399 yards of total offense. They didn't have a problem moving the ball, but the problem was they could not stop the Crusaders, especially in that first half. They got behind pretty big, and they made a bit of a comeback, but they were just too far behind. And play it pretty straight up here until we get a lead.
3rd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Bax on the pump and go. Now he's going to have to try to run out of there. He makes one man miss, goes to the sidelines. The penalty flag comes in. He throws down the middle, has a man in space, and it is Dapkus, and Brady's inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line, but it's coming back.
In fact, there's another flag out now, but that might be on the same thing. We got a hold.
Halford did not attempt to punt last week. Here comes back, and he kicks a high spinning ball that Clark calls for a fair catch and makes it back at the 25-yard line. Vander Halford with a bomb, and he turns the field. Stevenson behind Moore. We'll say this a lot tonight because there's not a lot of depth over there on that Lutheran North sidelines. I hand to Stevenson. He's got a big hole up the middle, but it closes quickly, and Zane West closes on him. Knocks him down after a 2-yard gain out across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
Stopped on the play by James
3 carries, 32 yards now for Stevenson. Also Chouinard on the tackle. West got him first. Chouinard finished him off. Moore popped out and threw the ball down the field. They mark him down at the 48-yard line. 1st down and 10. Stevenson over the right side, cuts back to the left, and the Falcons have him bottled up in a gain of only about a yard. That time the outside linebacker Verslues filled the hole well and had made the running back cut back, and he cut right back in to Luebbering in the middle of the line for a short gain.
Yeah, the Falcon defensive.
Moore with Stevenson to his right. On 3rd down, they turn and they hand to Stevenson, and no, this is Moore, and it is being wrestled down after a 2-yard gain. Kai Robinson on the carry, and he got a couple of yards, but he's going to be short of the 1st down.
It looked like the runner was going to break free at first, but the Falcons were able to swarm and stop him and push him back a little bit. So this will bring up a 4th and a yard from the Falcon 39.
Gave him to the 39-yard line. They have to get to just the front side of the 38. Moore with Stevenson to his right. On 4th and short, Moore wants to pass down the middle. The man fell down, but he still caught the ball. And it's going to be a 1st down at the 34-yard line. What a play that was by Kyron Evans. He fell flat down, and the ball found him.
They've got a good drive going in there inside the 35 of the Falcons.
Clark in motion. They hand to Stevenson. Here he comes again around the right side. He's going to get the 1st down. He's hit hard by Wyatt Libbert. Going to be just short of the 1st down. Got 9 yards on the play to the 25-yard line. And they'll bring up a 2nd down and short.
Yeah, they mark him down.
Moore with Stevenson behind him. Takes the snap, hands off to Stevenson. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons are not going to let him go. Gage Leffert among others there on the tackle. Looks like Wyatt Libbert on the bottom there. As the Falcons knock him back after a yard loss.
Stevenson hit the line and was trying to bounce it back out, and Gage Leffert's he got a hold of him around the ankles, and he was not letting go because he knew once he let go, Stevenson was going to be off to the races. So it was just hold on and yell for help.
For the first down, Stevenson to the right of Moore, takes the snap, and he wants to pass, arches it towards the end zone, and this ball is going to be caught for the touchdown, but I think we're going to have offensive interference. Yep.
Yeah, the receiver was holding on to the defender's shirt, and when the ball came in, he yanked his jersey and pulled him out of the way so he could catch it.
3rd and 17 as they go back to pass, and Moore is being chased. He throws across the middle. Diving catch at the 28-yard line. Moore was in the grasp, and he somehow got it out of there, and what a catch was made. Number 2, Osar Tate.
And they don't have
catch of the day.
They don't have an in the grass rule in high school football. Otherwise, because he was almost prone to the ground when he threw that. Amazing play by the quarterback. So instead of an incomplete pass and a 4th and long, it is now 4th and about 4 yards.
And of course, Lutheran North going for it. Big crowd on their feet. They empty the backfield. Behind Moore. Moore back to pass. Looks left, looks right. Here comes the rush. The Falcons hit him. He throws incomplete.
Good play by the defender. That was Shay Linhardt, who had a big game last week. Shay got in there and he didn't try and intercept or whatever. He just saw the ball coming, and if they're going to throw those quick outs, they got to make them quick.
On 2nd and 5, Bax looks to his left, keeps up the middle, bounces to the outside, now cuts back up the middle. He has good running room on across the 45, and he's dragging tacklers with him. Keeps his feet going, but they called him down at the 47-yard line.
They call him down at the 47, but he made it at the Falcon 47, but he made it to the 47 of Lutheran North. And I'll be honest with you, Dick, on that play, there's a lot of reaching and grabbing and stuff. If you're going to call him down, blow it down. And blow it dead quick.
And on 1st down, Back's going to keep it again. Up the middle he comes. Makes a man miss. Surges forward inside Lutheran North territory. They scrum the forward. File forward inside the 40. Down to the 36-yard line.
I think Tyler Bax has decided that he's going to take this game into his own hands, at least right now.
18 yards on the carry. About 10 on the before the scrum.
Clock running with 41 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Lackman in motion across the formation. Bax looks right now.
Oh, he's got a man down the middle.
Throws a man down the middle. Has it. This is going to be a touchdown. Cooper Peters. Touchdown. Falcons. Peters broke open about the 15-yard line. Bax right on the money. And Cooper Peters takes it into the end zone on a 37-yard touchdown play.
Peters came free past the linebacker. Nobody picked him up, and he was standing down there like he was waiting for a bus.
You saw it.
And it was a nice run after the catch too on this reception by Cooper.
Snap is back. Weber gets it down. Holloway kicks it through. He's 7 for 7 in his young high school career. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Blair Oaks Falcons lead Lutheran North by the score of 7-0 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. We are through one quarter here at the Falcon Athletic Complex, and the Blair Oaks Falcons lead the Lutheran North Crusaders by the score of 7-0 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. And we are being brought to you by, of course, Jake Voss, your shield of shelter insurance. 1st down and 10, play clock running down. They get the snap off in time, pitch wide right. Robinson cuts up, and he's spun around, and he's going to get short yardage there as the Falcons turn him back. Gain of a couple of yards on the play for Kai Robinson. Robinson at 180 pounds and a sophomore. Picks up 2 yards. And it will bring up now 2nd down and 8.
And since we're back in Class 2 this year, that means we have to pay attention to what the Lamar
from the Falcon 32-yard line.
Moore back to pass, looking to his left, throws underneath, has a man, it's Clark. Clark in space, and he is dangerous, but he's run down from behind. They'll give him the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on the play. That'll bring up a third down and short.
Very solid the rest of this way in zeroing in and tackling the receivers as soon as they catch the ball.
Third down, less than a yard from the Falcon 25-yard line. Moore hands to Robinson, dances up the middle, makes the first line miss, and gets the first down inside the 20, down at about the 19-yard line. James Rademan there on the tackle for the Falcons, but it's enough for the first down. Give him a gain of 6 yards and a first down. With Stevenson to his right, tandem receivers right. Moore hands off to Stevenson. Stevenson cuts it up and run down from behind. Near the line of scrimmage. Short yardage, if anything, there, and it was Zane West on the tackle for the Falcons. And Lutheran North has a man getting up late, and they cannot afford that.
That would be James Cousin, number 57. He's a sophomore offensive lineman, 6 foot with 250 pounds.
Second down and 15. On second and 15, Moore back to pass, throws to the goal line, has a man, and this is going to be a touchdown, Lutheran North. Catching it at about the 5-yard line was Osar Tate, and he kept his feet moving and went into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Kamal Salone. Here is a snap that goes over the running back's head, and Stevenson loses the ball. The Falcons pick it up. Can they run it back? They're going to run it back, but I don't think they can run it back.
Well, I don't think so, but what the heck. Run it down there and just be sure.
So the Falcons stopped the 2-point conversion, and actually Lutheran North stopped their own 2-point conversion. So the Falcons will be able to keep the lead here with 8:56 to go in the first quarter.
They're attacking right now.
On first down, here's a delay. It's a handoff to Lackman. He's got the first down out across the 45, and they are going to mark him just inside Lutheran North territory at the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it's so good to see Hayden Lackman running with abandon like he usually does.
12-yard gain for Hayden Lackman. Falcons with running room up the middle.
They got plenty of time to get the playoff, though, folks. There's still 13 seconds left on the clock.
That's Lackman in motion across the formation. Backs on the quarterback draw to the 45, to the 40, and he puts his head down, drives inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down.
And I'll tell you what, on that play right there,
3 receivers to the right side. Lackman backs up into the backfield, backs underneath, got the first down over on the far sidelines.
That's it. Just those quick pass patterns, quick outs.
Nice pitch and catch to the 26-yard line, and it's Brady Dapkus with the catch. Second down and 8. Tyler back to pass, looking underneath, throws underneath. Brenden Rackers has it, got some space. He's got the first down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. 7-yard gain and a first down.
4 yards on the ground and 6 through the air. There you go.
And taking it as backs on the quarterback draw. Spins out of a tackle at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Falcons! Tyler Bax in from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are back on the scoreboard with 5:19 to play in the second quarter. Blair Oaks 13 and Lutheran North 6. Classic Tyler Bax. He was hit hard, was in the grasp of a tackler, spun out of it, and went on into the end zone. Jeg Holloway on to attempt the extra point. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up. It's high, it's long, and it is good. 5:19 to play, second quarter. Blair Oaks 14, Lutheran North 6 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. This webcast being brought to you by the Jake Voss Agency, Shelter Insurance. Down Moore with 2 men in the backfield, turns and hands off, and this is Stevenson. He got maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Gets rolled back and slammed to the turf. They will mark him short of the line of scrimmage back at the 18-yard line. Stevenson will lose a yard on the play. Clock is running at 4:39 to go in the quarter. Second down and 11 for Lutheran North. Stevenson to the right of Moore. 3 receivers wide left. Moore takes a snap, retreats the pass. Looking, throws to the right side through the hands of Clark, and he got lit up. Falcons all over Clark as leading the attack there for the Falcons. Like that was Wyatt looks like, no, that was Verslues. Carson Verslues lit him up as the ball went through his fingers.
Crusaders would go for it. You think they'd have to punt at some point.
From the 18.
He's in
the pass. He's being wrapped up. He throws late. Intercepted. 25 to the 20. It's Sam Weber with the interception.
And that's why I understand you want to avoid the sack, but sometimes you got to take the sack because the quarterback, Moore, just tossed that thing up in the air. And the defender for the Falcons, Sam Weber, he came scooting in on it like a...
On first down, Bax out of the empty backfield. All kinds of time to throw. Down the middle, wide open. Touchdown, Falcons! Hayden Lackman.
And that's the Falcons we know. Get that turnover and stick it in them right quick.
Hayden Lackman from the wing on the left side. They didn't cover him, and he snuck in at about the 5-yard line. Bax with all kinds of time. Threaded the needle. And the Falcons take a 2-score lead.
Some stuff's been happening so quick here. I got to take a moment to get all my things together.
Jeg Holloway with the extra point, and with 4:08 to go in the second quarter, the Blair Oaks Falcons leading the Lutheran North Crusaders by the score of 21-6 on MidMoSportsOnline.com.
Maybe only 6 points behind.
On 2nd and 12, Moore back to pass down the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted.
Oh, I thought it was.
In the hands of Jace Chouinard, and he couldn't hold it at the 35-yard line. Moore threw that right at him. Stevenson to the right of Moore. Moore back to pass on 3rd and long. Steps up, gets hit, and lost the football. And he got it back.
Oh, that ball bounced, and I thought a green jersey was in there, but it bounced right back to the quarterback. But still, and the Falcons.
Carson Luebbering on the tackle for the Falcons.
Carson Luebbering was smelling another turnover.
3 receivers to the right side. As Bax quickly to the right sidelines, it's Halford. Halford makes one man miss, breaks a tackle, 40 into the 45-yard line. Vander Halford with a 13-yard gain, which really shouldn't probably gone anywhere.
No. Clock continues to run as we move under 1:35 to go in the half.
Lackman, play fake, Bax throws, Peters underneath to the 45-40, breaks tackle 35, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Peters caught that. Nice pass by Bax as he just got it over the defender's hand.
They actually give him a 4-yard loss on that sack as Bax is back to pass. Steps up, throws down the middle, has a man. It is. Oh, it's incomplete, and it is interference. That was Brenden Rackers' hands, and as he was going for it, he was shoved by Kyron Evans, and a pass interference penalty coming up, and that's Jeg Holloway, who's going to try a 25-yard field goal. Snap back, ball down, the kick is up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 18 seconds to go, second quarter. Well, 25-yard field goal by Jeg Holloway, and the Blair Oaks Falcons take a 24-6 lead.
Way to go, Jag.
So Jeg Holloway, perfect 8 for 8 on extra points so far this season.
And 1 out of 2 in field goals.
1 out of 2 in field goals. And it is a high short kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up men at the 25-yard line, and back with it is Stevenson. He gets hit, breaks a tackle, and he breaks into the clear, and he may be gone. Martez Stevenson is going to take the ball 70 yards for a touchdown.
Wow.
So Stevenson takes it to the house on the kickoff. So the Blair Oaks Falcons break on top over Lutheran North, and they hold the lead throughout the first half. We're at halftime in Wardsville. It is Blair Oaks 24, Lutheran North 12 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. Joshua Hastings delivers the Kenna collision kickoff, a high short kick taken by the Falcons at the 35, and keeping the ball up the middle and driving out to the 45-yard line, number 86, and that is Carson Sanding, the senior 160-pounder, and that's where the Blair Oaks Falcons will take over, first down and 10.
Drop for the loss. Second down and 11 now. Bax in the empty backfield. Here comes Rackers on the motion again, and now Bax pulls it out, throws it down the sidelines, has a man. A nice catch made by Lackman going backwards. Caught it inside the 35 down at the 31-yard line. Second down now from the 30-yard line. Bax pump and go to the right side, throwing the ball deep, and this is going to be caught for the touchdown!
He threw it to the back corner.
Touchdown Rackers, and that ball was right on the money from 30 yards out.
Rackers had to do a little twist at the end in the end zone to catch it, but Tyler Bax put it right where you want it, in the end zone, to the back shoulder, toward the back part of the back corner of the end zone, so nobody but his receiver could get it.
And the man was right on him, step for step, and I mean, that ball came in, it couldn't have been handed to him any better. Jeg Holloway on to attempt the extra point. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up. A tie, it's long, and it is good. 11:06 to play, third quarter. Blair Oaks 30, Lutheran North 31, Lutheran North 12 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. And this game being brought to you by Jake Voss Agency, Shield of Shelter, 31 yards on the touchdown pass. As the Falcons extend their lead to 31-12. Moore with Stevenson behind him. Q Whitfield, receiver to the right side. Pump and go to the left side. Moore's in trouble running up the middle. He gets hit and keeps his feet. Here comes Moore inside Blair Oaks territory to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the Falcons have to, they come in for a big hit.
Michael Clark on the carry for Lutheran North. Warren Davis defending on the play for the Falcons. 10, Lutheran North. Crusaders have the ball, first and 10 on their own 24.
Right there, you're on.
James Rademan with the sack for Blair Oaks.
God! That was a safety! Oh my God! Come on, defense!
Quarterback takes the snap, swings it to the left side, has a man underneath, and he is tied up, and it gets about 3 yards on the play. The pass was complete to Osar Tate, and Osar gets the better part of 3 yards on the pass completion from Moore.
If the defense can come up again big,
And they hand off to Martez Stevenson, and Stevenson gets inside the 30 down to the 29. Late penalty flag comes in as West was being wrestled down in the backfield, and a holding penalty coming up against Lutheran North from Wardsville.
Second 16.
As the man rolling out to the side, looking downfield, throws it underneath, has a man at the 25, turned upside down at the 23. It's going to be a first down as Kyron Evans gets turned upside down, but he's got enough for the first down. Jonathan Moore, a quarterback, looking to his left, throws quickly to Michael Clark, and look out, he's in space, turns it up, and the Falcons get him. Falcons double-teamed him over there, and knocking him down and making the tackle was the All-State linebacker Wyatt Libbert on the stop.
Has been able to pull out of it.
From the 21, Moore back to pass, looking to his left, here comes a rush. The Falcons are wrapped up, and they wrestle him down. James Rademan gets him back at the 35-yard line.
And the Falcons had to be worried because even though he's wrapped up, if he's got that right arm free, he's gonna throw it. And Rademan did a good job of pinning that right arm to his body, so Moore couldn't get away with it. Now that brings up fourth down, and that's
looking to the sidelines, changing the play at the right.
They
snap the ball. It's picked up. Running back with it is Robinson. He's trying to get to the outside, turns it up, and the Falcons will get him down at the 38-yard line.
As the Falcon defense holds, and it's a turnover on downs, and move to the fourth quarter.
And they will indeed let the play clock run out. And so we have come to the end of three quarters in Wardsville, and the Blair Oaks Falcons are leading the Lutheran North Crusaders by the score of 31-18 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. This game being brought to you by
the Falcons.
From the 28, Moore retreats to pass. Has time, now steps up. He wants to run. He's pulled down from behind by the jersey. Pulled down by Zane West. Zane West drops Moore for a 2-yard loss.
Zane West.
Not sure if that was a design pass play or a design run. On second down, the hand in the backfield. Man coming up the field. And look at him go. Oh, my. Breaking down the field. And this is going to be a touchdown.
That's Tate.
Tate goes all the way down the field. And with 10:20 to go in the fourth quarter, Lutheran North trailing Blair Oaks 31-26 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. This game being brought to you by Jake Voss, Shield of Shelter Insurance on MidMoSportsOnline.com. For the Falcons, empty backfield. Bax takes the snap and keeps himself up the middle. Here he comes to the 25, 30, 35, 40, and he puts his head down, tumbles out across the 45, and they will mark him down at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's what the Falcons needed, was a little of that Tyler Bax magic.
That'll make them forget that. On second and long, Bax back to pass, plenty of time down the middle, diving catch by Peters for the first down at the 42-yard line.
I tell you what, Mr. Peters is quickly becoming one of my favorites.
That ball was low and hummed in, and what a catch by Peters. Gains 10 yards and a first down.
Score from down at the lake area. Branson is leading big, 36-13 over to Camdenton.
First down and 10 for the Falcons from the 42 of Lutheran North. Slanting pattern to Dapkus. Dapkus takes a couple of hits, gets it inside the 35, down at the 33-yard line. Going to be very close to a first down. They'll give him a 9-yard gain. Just Brady's second catch of the night.
The Rockbridge Bruins in the third quarter are up at home 28-0 over the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers.
Ooh, the I formation on second and short. They hand off to Dapkus, and Brady keeps it up the middle, dives inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He's got another first down.
Well, Brady said after last week's game that he likes running out of that I.
Man in motion back to the right side. Back to pass setting is Bax down the middle. Has a man. It's Lackman. Lackman inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. First down, Falcons.
Lackman couldn't play that any better. He caught it, looked over the sideline, said, "There's a first down marker. I'm going to sit down just past it and pick up the first."
First and 10 for Blair Oaks from the 18-yard line of Lutheran North. Snap back to Bax. Looks to his right, now keeps it up the middle. Puts his head down. Bounces off the tackle to the 10.
He's
to the
in.
5. Touchdown! Falcons!
Bax in from 18 yards out, and the Falcons increase their lead with 6:32 to go in the fourth quarter, 37-26.
You could almost see Tyler Bax on this last drive tell his teammates, all right, you guys block. I'll get us out there somewhere. And he took it upon himself for the most part to make the plays to get the Falcons in the end zone.
Extra point attempt goes for naught. 6:32 to play in the fourth quarter. Blair Oaks 37, Lutheran North 26 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. This ballgame being brought to you by Jake Voss, Shield of Shelter Insurance. And here comes the Kemna Collision kickoff, and it is a high end-over-end kick that's fielded at the 15-yard line, and coming back with it is Clark to the 25, and makes one man miss, but he's pulled down out at about the 29-yard line.
Nice return for Clark.
And that will be where, from the 29-yard line, second down, Moore juggles the snap, throws it to the right sidelines, has Evans. Evans cutting back across the turf, and here he comes. And he gets to cut off his feet. Shay Linhardt on the tackle there for the Falcons, but Evans is going to pick up the better part of 8 yards on the play.
And then turn and break it loose.
Moore on 3rd and 2, hands off in the backfield to Stevenson, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage, driven back. Loss of 2 yards on the play, back to the 35-yard line.
That's going to bring up, what is that going to bring up? Is that going to bring up fourth down?
Yes, so that is a fourth down.
Okay.
4th and 4.
That's right, that first.
And Tate takes it, runs it around the right side. Falcons hit him, hold on, and throw him down for a loss. Carson Verslues hit him first. Then the cavalry came and cleaned up. And we now see Kason Lance in the lineup for the Falcons. He came up from the secondary. A loss of a yard by Tate on the carry.
Tate gets up and he's kind of hobbling around a little bit.
And also after making that last catch, Q Whitfield got up and was hobbling a little bit.
And they're still over on the far sideline working on Moore. He's getting up now. He might come in the next play after this. He's still limping a bit, though.
Back to pass. Tate throws the ball deep, and it is going to be knocked down by the Falcons.
Had 2 defenders back there, and they were both trying to pick it off.
Over the top, Sam Weber was one of them back there, and Warren Davis, the other defender back there for the Falcons at the goal line.
It looks like Mr. Moore's coming back in. He's talking to the coach, and here he comes.
Lutheran North, of course, in 4-down territory. Moore takes the pass, swing pass, right side, goes to Stevenson, makes one man miss, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds after he picked up about 5 or 6 yards inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
That'll set up fourth down. Of course, fourth downs don't really faze the Lutheran North Crusaders. Only when it's about 4th and 22.
It is going to be their last time out. So they take their last time out with 3:19 to play in the fourth quarter. Blair Oaks with an 11-point lead at 37-26. As I said, the Falcons once led this ball game at 24-6. And just before halftime, they gave up a long touchdown kick return to make it 24-12 at halftime. And from there, Lutheran North kept coming. So here we go, fourth down and more like 6. Moore takes the snap, goes back to pass, looking left, now running out of the pocket, and the Falcons are going to get in. He is short of the first down. Short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And a key tackle made by Kason Lance. Substitute coming onto the field, and he made the tackle that stopped Moore after about a 4-yard gain.
And the Falcons will take over with 3:11 to go in the game.
Play clock now at 5 seconds. 4. 3 receivers to the right side. Bax takes the snap with 1 second, keeps it himself up the field. He comes across the 20, puts his head down, and drives out to the 24-yard line. Give him 5 yards. And this will bring up a third down. And 10 to go.
And the Falcons, when they next snap the ball here on this third down, it should be about 1:10 left to go in the game.
And so the fourth down play will come with about 40 seconds from 1:10. That would be about 30 seconds.
Well, they could run it down, call a timeout, which I would think they would do with 1 second left, and then punt it away.
Falcons with an 11-point lead, 37-26. Bax wants to throw.
And he's going to throw it. He's got a man.
Wide open Peters. 50, 45, 40.
He's got a blocker out in front.
25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Puts his head down. Touchdown! Falcons! 75 yards. Hello. I couldn't believe they were going to throw it, but hey, put the nail in the coffin.
I don't think Lutheran North could believe it either. Once again, Peters was wide open. And I got a little excited. I started looking for blockers down the field, and he had one. Anyway, I don't want to step on Dick's toes here. I get a little excited, folks. Sorry.
Jeg Holloway on to attempt the extra point as the Falcons have salted away a victory over the number 1 ranked team in Class 4, the defending class champions, the Lutheran North Crusaders. 55 seconds left. Falcons lead 43-26. Holloway lines through the extra point. It's 44-26. Blair Oaks and the Falcons are going to 2-0 on the season in a game that has been brought to you by Jake Voss, Shield of Shelter Insurance in Jefferson City, MRA Construction, and supporting Special Olympics of Missouri. That was a 3-play, 76-yard drive in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Cooper Peters, 75-yard touchdown catch. Point after touchdown good. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blair Oaks 44 and Lutheran North 26, and that is your Tim Van Ronson scoring drive summary. And this is the kickoff being brought back by Mike Clark. He smashes into the pile out at about the 33-yard line, and he is down there. So the Blair Oaks Falcons continue to impress. Went through a little lull in the third quarter when we were off the air, thankfully. Getting ready to take the snap. Jonathan Moore, the quarterback, takes the snap, goes to handoff, and Clark is being wrapped up the backfield. James Rademan's got him, and he finally wrestled him down with a little help.
Big loss.
Back at the 37-yard line. That's a 13-yard loss.
And that's going to do it, folks. There's 7 seconds left.
So the Falcons had a little bit of a power outage. We did too, but we came back on the air just in time to show you the Blair Oaks Falcons walking off with a 44-26 victory over the Lutheran North Crusaders here in Wardsville. Blair Oaks goes to a record of 2-0. Lutheran North at 0-1. The Falcons on the road next week at School of the Osage, and we'll have it for you here on MidMoSportsOnline.com. Once again, the final score: the Blair Oaks Falcons 44. Lutheran North 26 on MidMoSportsOnline.com.